One very important factor when building your glutes is to practice your flexibility training. It will definitely help avoid injuries and to enhance your tissue extensibility, help lengthen any overactive muscles before you perform your workout. You don't want your muscles to be super tight before your workout. You want to keep that range of motion going. That way you can perform your squats, your deadlifts, all that, and you can really feel it in the appropriate areas. There are also so many ways to incorporate flexibility training into your program, but these are just some of my favorite exercises to do. I like to really focus on opening my hips. You probably will feel a little pop here and there, but it's all good. The key with this workout plan is progressive overload. We're going to get better at progressive overload over time, but this workout plan does focus on increasing our weight with each set, but decreasing the reps with each set. Glute focused exercises will require less range of motion to keep that tension on the glutes. So as you guys can see, a couple checkpoints. I'm making sure my first and third toe is in line with my knee, and again, a shorter range of motion to keep that tension on my glutes and keeping your core nice and engaged. I perform this exercise elevated. You don't have to do it elevated, but if you want a little more range of motion, then you can try that. But again, making sure that we are keeping that forward lean to keep that contraction in our glutes and that tension there. Another important tip is to, when you bend that forward leg, your back leg will already shoot out as far as it needs to go, so you don't have to worry too much about shooting that back leg out. Just bend that forward leg, keep that forward lean in your entire body, and you will definitely feel it more in your glutes rather than your quads. As you guys can see, I'm keeping my tempo really slow. I really want to feel that contraction in my glutes and keep that tension there the whole time. I'm not using my back leg's momentum to lift me up. I'm leaning really on that whole forward leg to really keep that tension. So you really want to make sure that you are picking a weight that you can push out those reps with. That way you know how to increase your weight over time. Also, make sure you are picking like a box or a bench that will allow your legs to be at a 90-degree angle. You don't want it to be too high or too low. And the goal here is not to just lift your hips up or your butt up, but you really want to feel that squeeze in your glutes and really pushing from your heels to just feel that contraction there. To play around a little bit with your stance just to make sure that your feet are at 90 degrees and that you are pushing from your heels so that you feel it in your glutes, but also make sure you're not just pushing the weight up with your hands. You are relaxing your hands and letting the weight sit right on your thighs so that you just drive it straight up. Alright y'all, the last exercise we will be doing are Romanian deadlifts. For these, your feet will be a little bit closer in than shoulder width apart, just to make sure you get more emphasis on your glutes. And I'm not going all the way up, as you guys can see. That way I keep that contraction in my glutes, because if you stand all the way up, you'll lose that tension there. And finally, always end your session with some static stretches just to get your heart rate back down, cool down. All you need is like 5 to 10 minutes of this. Again, working on your flexibility and your mobility and just making sure that your muscles don't get super tight after your workout. And stretching your muscles does promote muscle growth, so we really want to make sure we emphasize working on our flexibility training before and after our workouts.